So what does it mean to y'all?
Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't water.
Because they're crying.
Well, actually,
Or air.
yeah. I was
Okay, but wait. Don't tell me what it's not. Let's talk about what it is and why do you think it is?
Metal.
May I ask a question?
Oh, if it's about this,
Yes, it is.
about metal?
No.
Okay.
It says that metal is responsible for production, so I could see how, like, breathing and taking in oxygen and sending them to where they need to go, and even the large intestine producing waste.
Okay, that's a good way of looking at it. I mean, you could look at it that way.
Yeah.
I
Now
was
look at the
thinking,
5-element aspect in your manual. And does it tell you anything about the characteristics of metal or anything that would shine some light on why it would be considered metal?
walls, melancholy.
I'm sorry?
I'm just thinking of the walls and the isolation. It talks about some of the things that are emotions. I don't know. Negativity, metal.
No, I mean more of the characteristics of why it would even be considered metal, associated with metal. This is something you need to look at. It's like, as opposed to just saying the word, it should register something, either something you know or else something you're curious about. It's like, so this is what the exercise was about. You know, putting down the terms, but not just listing the terms as descriptive terms and moving on. It's like, why am I writing this about this? This is the exercise. Why am I doing this?
They do say the sense and the sense organ are the nose and smell. So wouldn't that smell be associated with taking breath?
Oh yes,
Okay.
that for sure, and that's also a good thing to bring in when we talk about. This is one of the things you were supposed to list. You know, oh no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I didn't say sense organ. If not, I apologize. But the area that it's associated with is very important. So this is a good one, right? The nose, lung, fine, got that. Breathing, no problem. But I'm still hung up on the element.
So I think
So listen.
when we think metal, it's usually like the physical object, but it like has an energetic quality to it. And the thing that makes sense to me or resonates is the season that's associated with it. In this case, fall. And you know, if you think of like a life cycle, fall would be closer to death, and then death grieving. That's what comes to
Letting
mind.
go.
The dying of the seasons.
Okay.
How does that come back to metal? That's where I get.
What? Oh, you call them back to metal.
I'm not trying. I just so
that-
I'm having,
no, but
yeah.
is
But
that
how
what you
does
said?
that? Yeah, how does that bring us back to metal?
Oh, I thought you said, well, we all come back to metal.
Oh, I'm just wondering how we come back.
Dust.
So why is it metal?
I don't. All I can get is the only. So I'm struggling with a little bit with these elements, but I did like. I liked this quote, and I don't know if everybody read it that's in here, and this was the only way that helped me. I don't know. Food relies on water and fire. Production relies on metal and wood, and earth gives birth to everything. They are used by people. So that's kind of like the baseline, and that's kind of all I have for the elements. But I feel like that's better than where I was.
No, absolutely. I think
But
you're
I'm
up a little. I think you're up a little bit. Well, you know, what else? Come on, this is the thing. And if not, I want you to do more research and we can do it tomorrow. I want you to think about this, the element. There's something in here that we've been doing that we discussed slightly before that should give you some idea of why these particular meridians are associated with particular elements. And it's okay. You know, I'm just trying to make you look at it. Just like I try to make you look at your breath, and just how I try to make you look at your body mechanics when you're working. So, if you don't know it now, we'll move on. But I want you to think about it and bring something in, or anytime today, if you have some realization about how the meridians can possibly be associated with elements. Okay? So, cool. Okay, let's talk about large intestine. Let's just move on. Let's let go of that. Let's not grieve about that no more. Okay? Well, let's look at the large intestine, just for tracing. Right here. Papers away, just focus on this simple exercise of tracing on your own body. Make sure I don't get avocado on mine. The lung, which is the yin of the large intestine, here, right? This is where it ends. Its partner, and this holds true with all the meridians, always close by. Large intestine starts here. So trace, please. Here. Right up the side of the finger, in between the web, and this is the source point for large intestine. Top of the crease, towards the bone of the index finger, up underneath there, Hoku, great eliminator. Again, facilitation for letting go. So there's grief, this helps let go. That's what lung and large intestine, that's the symbiotic relationship that those two have. So this is very good. Also just good for hand pain, but it's also good for both mental and physical constipation. Right? Because it works with the large intestine, the organ, so it's good for constipation. It also works with the large intestine of letting go. You know, too much. You know, too much coming in, not enough going out. Bad. You know, right. So the body knows that, so you can help with those, assisting different ways. Then the meridian comes right up and follows the radius and comes up in between the anterior and medial head of the deltoid. And then where does it go from here?
Corner of the nose.
Okay, so like this. Oh, it comes to the opposite side, actually. It's the only meridian that crosses. So if you take your finger and at the corner of the nose, and it's at the widest point of your nostril, towards, like at a 45-degree angle towards the midline, you feel another indentation. And that's, it's called fragrance, something. Fragrance smell.
Welcome to fragrance.
Welcome fragrance. So this is also a great sinus point. Okay. So that's welcome fragrance. So it's like this.
Mustache.
Okay, so sinus points, problems smelling, any pain, physical pain along this pathway, you use this meridian. Right? And how would you stretch large intestine? You know where it is, how would you stretch it? Okay, or else take this. Just be more of a little bit more of a direct stretch. Bringing the arm across. Right? Just don't you feel it now? This way it's more here. Some way where you can feel the meridian.
There's
So,
more lung, more large intestine.
Good.
Is that why the sense organ is the nose for the lower large intestine? Because it comes right up to the nose?
and also because it's associated to the lung.
Yes, of course.
No. Next. What's next from next sequence? We did lung, large intestine.
Spleen and stomach.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Stomach. Okay. Now, let's stand up. We're going to do bilateral tracing of the stomach meridian. It's going to be fun. It's a little dangerous, but it's fun. Okay. Stomach meridian. Where does the stomach meridian start? Oh, no one do homework. Here.
First toe?
Below the eye?
Yes, below the eye. But below, in line with the center of the eye, just below the eye orbit.
Oh.
Okay? This is stomach. So the meridian goes like this. It's very long. It starts here and it ends on the foot. So it starts here. Oh, I see. It's very, you reacted to the conversation quite well. And then it comes down to the corner of the mouth, and then curls up through the masseter, and then comes up, and this is what they say in Chinese medicine, it ends at the hairline. So they have these things that really don't make a lot of sense as far as measurement. Hairline, arbitrary place. They also use the nipple a lot as a sense of measurement. Again, very arbitrary placement. So up here. But bring your arms down for a second.
But very unique too, since we have a lot of maybe each person's hairline. That's where the
Well, I mean, but the hairline could be different.
Seeds.
Yeah.
Or if the guy's bald.
I used to teach with this woman for years in Austin, named Cindy Anderson, and I would be doing this, trying to be probably Asian at the time, doing this, and then she would go, and she was from Texas. She'd go, Randy, like the stomach meridian, honey. I see the food, I put the food in my mouth, and I chew the food. And then I think I want some more food before I swallow the food. You know, she would say stuff like that. And I was like,
That's very cool.
that very same expression as in Shiatsu was like, see it, you eat it, and the brain is like, oh yeah, that's great.
Good.
So let's try that, shall we? If you can hear Cindy's voice in your head when you're tracing that meridian, I really appreciate it. Okay, here. Starting here, coming down to the corner of the mouth, through the masseter, and then up. So now, and also too, then it actually, the stomach meridian goes in internally here. So you're actually thinking, I guess, about more food. But then it comes out just below the jaw and right in front of the SCM.
Quick question. This for the little dotted lines?
Yes.
So it's like in
Yes, so if you looked at the charts in your manual, there's a thicker line is the superficial pathway that we're tracing, but anytime that it goes internal, or else it goes deeper in to connect to the organ it's associated with, it's a dotted line.
So you use your mind to put.
You use your mind, correct. Always be using your mind, but not too much. Then here, so it comes right down to the top of the clavicle. And then it goes out laterally, about midway through the chest, and it comes straight through, right through the nipples, comes down, and then it veers medially, just on either side of the rectus abdominis. And it comes down just immediately below the pubic ramus and goes out lateral to just distal to the ASIS. Okay. So then all the leg stuff we're talking about stomach meridian, it comes straight down, just lateral of the patella. And it continues down just immediately lateral of the tibial ridge in that little trough there. And it comes down, down, down. And then it comes right in the center of the ankle retinaculum between these two tendons. And if you press down onto the bony structure, that's the source point for the stomach, the balancing point. And then it continues out on the dorsal surface of the foot and goes right out the second toe. Okay? That's long meridian. All right. So stomach meridian. And then its partner, spleen. Okay? So the stomach meridian ended here. The spleen meridian starts here, on the corner of the nail of the big toe. Tracing, please. And it comes up the side, and underneath the ball of the toe. Remember that one I had you do, the source point? And then it follows the arch and it goes in front of the medial malleolus, and it comes up right underneath the tibia. So hook your thumbs underneath and get your spleen meridian. And it comes up, 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 straight up, higher, higher. So then someone tell me, where does it go from here?
Next to the armpits.
Okay, so it comes up like this. Up, 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 right? It comes real close to where the lung meridian starts, and then it veers to the side and down, and it ends in, I think, the 7th or 6th intercostal space on the lateral side here. So it's like this. Comes straight, comes up right to where by the lungs, and then it veers and comes into the 6th intercostal space. Okay. So that Mako exercise when we're going like this, opening this up, stretching this, right? When we sit in Seiza, stretching stomach, spleen, so that's good. Okay, so come and let's talk about it a little bit. So let's talk about the stomach meridian. What are some of the things we need to know about the stomach meridian?
Function?
Awesome. So what is the function of the stomach meridian?
It needs to be it affects all the other meridians. It needs to be in balance in order for everything else to work properly.
Right, because it gets our nutrition, our energy from there. Not right if your stomach's not, that's for sure. So that's the function. So it takes in food, starts breaking it down, right? Ripening it in some cases. So what other function does it have?
They call it the sea of nourishment.
Sea of nourishment, absolutely, and that's something that
Yeah.
Excel said. So great. What else?
Impulse worry.
Okay, so its emotion is worry. Now, just think about that. How many times, something's going on, you feel it in your gut, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times? Every time. And then it's like you get nervous stomach. And you're like even going like this, and it's like, So that's that's the thing. And if somebody is worried on and on and on, ulcers. Wow. What do they call that? Peptic explosion or something when it comes up.
Peptic ulcer?
No, when it comes up, gastric reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one's really bad in my family.
Yeah. So so stomach, could be exasperated by worry, stress, because the stomach doesn't handle it well. It shows. So, what else about the stomach? I mean, that's the emotion that affects it.
It's a symbiote.
Sorry?
Not the actual stomach. I was thinking about the actual
Well, I mean, they talk about the dantian that's here. But in Chinese medicine, especially since they use hara for diagnosis, it's this. It's up underneath the rib cage, down the side, and in the portion of the pelvic bowl just above pubic ramus. So this is basically can be considered hara for sure.
So we didn't really, not to distract, but we didn't really talk about hara. Maybe everyone knows I don't. Is that kind of the way you're talking? I get like that's where your core strength kind of comes from movement and emotionally perhaps as well. But anything else I want to know about this hara? I mean, like I saw the diagram. There's all these little stuff
so,
going on.
Yeah. So it's considered the center of your being. That everything comes out of hara.
Okay.
You should move from your hara. That's why emphasis of keeping the work in front of you.
Core, kind of.
Breathing in and out of hara, your core, absolutely, right? And in Chinese medicine, it's more like, because of it bringing the tension with your breath there, and through movement, developing hara, meaning that you start perceiving through hara.
Is it like more intuitive kind of stuff?
Okay, good. And here's another thing too, with breath and the stomach and the abdomen. You come into these situations, something happens, you don't know this. You got to really figure out what to do. Take a deep breath. Isn't that like a natural reflex with people? Something like, take a deep breath. Why are you doing that? You want to get in touch with what's going, your wisdom in your gut. You want to try to center yourself. You want to try to strengthen your core. You want to try to make decisions from your center. Right? You make decisions from your center. So this is the thing. So all those things, yes, you know absolutely everything about them. Congratulations. But no, I mean, that's the way to look at it, though, right? You look at it, actually. That's the way to look at it. Look at it. It's like, well, this, and look, boom, boom, boom. That's it. So Buddha developed hara. Awesome. The hara is so fast. So, like that thing you did. That's awesome.
I was doing it last night on accident, and he's like, "You look just like a Buddha." Okay.
Say what?
That's what I call
Okay.
mine, a Buddha belly.
What else? Stomach.
I wrote down like feeling off.
Right. Okay. So
Imbalance.
so feeling off, it means like off your center, right?
And
Not
imbalance.
quite right. You know, not in the middle of your own stuff. It's a little slang there sort of came into my mind. I tried to clean it up, but it's all the same. Off, right? So you know, and then it's like what to do, how to get on, you know, how to get in center. Well, start breathing. You know, bring attention to it. You know, so it brings you into your center. The movements that we do are meant to open up the channel so it brings a person back in the center. Right? Keeps that channel so they can come back into the center. What else about stomach? When is it most active?
We didn't think that.
Oh, you can look. Oh, I didn't ask you
my
for.
cat.
I didn't ask for it for sure.
So 7 to 9 a.m.
Okay, 7 to 9 a.m., which I would say is a pretty popular time for breakfast. It's a pretty popular time for breakfast,
And for the first bowel movement.
right? The large intestine is actually
Oh.
before them.
So that's that 5 to 7. That's that 1 hour ritual.
Yeah.
Is that why I wake up?
Yep. Hopefully you wake up before that happens. That's what they mean by sleeping like a baby. Then if you don't wake up, I slept just like a baby. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Must have had a colonoscopy.
Huh?
Must have had a colonoscopy.
Yeah, must have had.
Wearing diapers.
So active, right? So look at those times too. You know, so not hungry in the morning. Don't feel like eating in the morning. Anything I eat, I just doesn't feel good in the morning. Wow. Okay, so this naturally, you don't have to be a damn doctor. You know, somebody comes and it's like, okay, something's up with their stomach, probably, and it could be the worry, right? Oh, right. It could be the emotion that's throwing you off center, right? So you know, it's just these things that allow you to bring some focus to it, and they're not hard things. They're just things that I want you to look at and actually that you can connect with through your own experiences.
Maybe you get power, some power there too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's strength,
Yeah.
right? I mean, isn't that internal fortitude? It's like, you know, that's where it comes from, you know? And so all our emphasis on breath and proper diet, because that was said earlier on, you know, all the organs depend on it, right? They depend on what you put in it. So, but they extend the premise out away from food, right? Because this is how it's meant to be looked at. Everything you take in, everything you eat. Again, I think I mentioned this the first day. It's like who you're surrounded by, you know what you take in both visually and everything. Anything you take in is
Mothering and
considered
nurturing,
absolutely.
or the absence
Or the
thereof.
absence of, right? Absolutely. You know, absence of. But this is everything you take in. So, and this is the stomach. So, and then its partner is what?
Mr. Spleen.
Mr. Spleen. But actually now, it's Mrs. Spleen because it's a yin. You know, unless it went through the operation, and in my mind, it can use any bathroom that it wants. So,
A yin?
yeah. And spleen is one of the 3 yin meridians of the leg. Remember? Spleen. Here? Remember? And how these 3 yin meridians, spleen, liver, and kidney, we worked on them the first day, and we talked about how these yin meridians not only give you support because they're directly connected to the earth, but also they bring the nutrients up from the earth. Right? I mean, they literally, when they're in good shape, they support you. Because how do you feel when your legs are strong? It's like, I have this clear strength connected right to the earth, so
Like a
I feel
tree.
supported.
Yeah, rooted.
You know? Rooted, like, connected to the earth. And it just happens that your center, your stomach sits right on top of it, right? So if you're not taking in what you need, if you don't feel that support, then you're going to be off, right? And it's going to be reflected in your behavior, your actions, and everything. Information comes from positive and negative forces, I mean, it affects it, you know. Anything else about, so spleen, what is the action of the spleen, I mean, or the functionality with it? If,
Distributes the nutrients that are absorbed.
oh, okay, it, and more so, right before that, it extracts the essence of what it's given.
So the transportation of the energy.
And transformation.
And transformation. It's a transformation is that the big thing, right before the transportation, because it takes the essence from what's given it. You know, it constitutes the quality because the spleen is responsible for producing what?
Storing blood.
Storing
Energy.
Blood, energy.
Forming
Yes,
antibodies
blood.
in red blood cells.
So again, the reason that all the organs depend on the stomach is because they're counting on the stomach to take in, and they're counting on the spleen to extract and give, right? So spleen very important. So it's like I'm eating, not hungry. I mean, I'm still hungry. I'm eating, still not healthy. Eating good foods. What's the problem?
Enough.
Eating. Spleen, maybe. Because you're taking in good food, but I'm not getting what I need. So that would be an indicator spleen deficient. It's not, can't get what it needs out of that. You know? Also, too, in stomach is doing something, doing things, still not satisfied. Doing things, not happy. That's also stomach spleen imbalance. You know? It's not just the food. You gotta pull back more. It's like they're constantly taking in something, but what they're getting out of it isn't satisfying, isn't nurturing, isn't doing its nourishment thing for you. It's not giving you what you need. So people who more, could be food, could be shopping, could be information, could be this, could be that. More. Blood.
Relationships, like when the woman is never satisfied and the man is
Yes,
satisfied.
sure. That's one of the organs that's not satisfied. Absolutely.
Because it's a reproduction cycle.
Huh?
It's a reproduction cycle.
Have
Yeah.
I you everything? Is never enough.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I'll try to be better next time. You know, yeah, stomach
I have
spleen.
friends.
I have friends all the time. You know, so think about that. So what does that do for you as a body worker? Somebody comes, how you doing? I can't sleep, this and that, I'm worried. Keep on doing this, I want this, whatever, I don't know, I'm not satisfied. Okay, just lie down. You know, but whatever you do, but think about stomach and spleen. That's the whole purpose. So that you can look at these meridians and get some opportunity. No different than muscle. No different than someone can't move their arm or they're sore in this area. Same, because then you think muscle. Now allow yourself to think these. Allow yourself to think meridians. That's all. Just another little thing. You know? Something to look at. Something to shine light on it. And look at it. So you open the area up with the stretch. You do a channel. Do the source points. See if there's any response in a positive way to it. Gives you some indication. No different than body work. Okay, you're hurt. Let me do this. See if that helps. Right? That's what we're doing. You know? Do we know? No. Well, but our intention is that we're going to help you. So let's try this. You know? Some lung. This is very good for lung. You know? Can't breathe. Emotionally breathe. Shoulders forward. Just the physical thing of this people like this. Right? And this is a natural thing about when people are not feeling particularly good after a long period. Yes. Just put yourself in that position. It changes your whole demeanor. I mean, I feel it immediately when I do this. I could be talking to you, and I'm high as hell on this avocado sandwich, feel really good. But as soon as I do this, I can feel the energy changing. Because my lungs naturally get closed off, and I can't. You know, it makes me contained. This position is a contained position. You know? So, what do? You try to... And just doing that, I feel better, because I can feel the energy coming out. what you want. You want to come in, you want to go. So stomach and spleen. Anything else about?
So when you're talking about closing off, though, I mean that's kind of almost most meridians related to that, right? You're just all out of balance then, like I don't know when we're talking about closing off, and I mean I know when we're
No, I mean it affects them all,
yeah.
but these ones are affected very much because of the close proximity
like
to the
lung.
physical action. Lungs, pericardium, and heart.
Okay,
And
because everything that comes through here as we're talking. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting.
no, you're not interrupting. You're asking good questions. I love it.
Oh, so anything basically coming through.
Is affected.
That's right.
I mean, the meridians are all affected because of the emotion, but these are the ones that are affected the most drastically because they're all there first of all, right? All the organs are there, so the emotions that are carried by them are affected. You know, it's like another thing. Like if the blood supply is impeded to a particular muscle, that muscle is going to be affected, and if you loosen that up, the blood flows better, muscle works better. Same with here, right?
Okay.
So the physicalness of a body position affects the meridians in that area, right? And you know, this is why. This is how we work. You know? What else? If not, we can go on. So we've done lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen.
Sympathy, emotion,
Oh yes.
spleen.
Mm-hmm. Sympathy. So in Japan, I turn to you with this. They have a term that says, "Oh, that person has a big spleen." That's awesome. Thank you very much for noticing. Yeah, but that is somebody who's very
on his sleeve.
right. It's so big he has to wear it on his sleeve. But it's a sympathetic person, like a compassionate person. You know, it's like very sympathetic. Thank you, Mr. Big Spleen. Okay, lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen. Stomach and spleen. What element is stomach and spleen?
Earth.
Sorry. Earth. Okay, now we just talked about stomach and spleen a little bit. And now we bring up the fact that it's associated with the earth element. Now, can you make any connections to what we said connected to that? Why would it be considered earth?
I think that when I am grounded in my stomach, you know, everything's calm. When I do my shit together, I feel connected to the earth. I feel like grounded. My feet are on the ground. When I'm chaotic and worried, I feel like literally like I'm drifting around or.
Because you're not grounded anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what the earth does. Right? The earth does everything the stomach and spleen does. Or the spleen and stomach do everything that the earth does, I think. You know, it supports you. It brings you to center. It grounds you. It nourishes you from what it gives you, food-wise. Right? So that is why stomach and spleen are associated with the earth. We're still out on why the lung and large intestine and middle. And you're going to find that information.
I have an idea of that. If it's to go back.
Okay, yes, we can go back.
Well, about why it's metal, I feel like the metal is typically not bendable. It's solid and fixed, and you know, like the lung meridian is associated with it's associated with the grief emotion. If you can't let go of your emotions, you're almost metallic. You're unbendable because you retain this, and then you know the large intestine is about removing the yin to the yang. It's letting go of what you were holding, and maybe that's the metal being heated and bended.
So a little bit more pliable and flexible.
Yeah, like solid, like high carat gold.
Mm-hmm. Or like, is mercury considered?
Yeah, it's a liquid.
So, or liquid, something, things more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I like that, and this is great. So you start looking at it. What makes sense to you, so that you start seeing those associations. You know, so that's good, man. So you let yourself think about it. You know.
Um,
To
an
what
image
Sal
that-
said, I was thinking also how metal is unbending and is there and like breathing and letting go, eliminating is kind of like the foundation of like the connection with human body. I mean, heartbeat is important, but
Yes.
without, taking in the oxygen or getting rid of the waste, you would be like, I don't, like fluid almost. And so the metal is there as that, just the ever standing, everything is kind of autonomous, like in that aspect.
Foundational.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So now see, y'all are thinking about it, making personal connections, looking at it. This is the point of what we're doing.
The image thing.
Me telling you something, great. But you thinking about something, so much better. And how much you just need some ground underneath you to start thinking about it. You need to be supported in your center. It's like just inhale that and think about it. See what it means. To you.
The image that came to mind was like, let's say you get snowed in, and then you're stuck, and there's nowhere you can go, so you need to pull out your shovel.
Okay, awesome. All right. Now I'm liking all this now. See, that's good. Well, look at just a few minutes. Just pretending like we weren't going to talk about metal was all it took. And then wait. It's like that itch. You can't really scratch. It's like, wait a minute. I can't go on. And interesting too, because of the breath, lung enlarge. The metal element is also about organization and about communication. So the breath, how it carries the voice, and how you can be waiting to say something like, but then if you're not saying it, okay, frustration, the large intestine isn't letting it go. So it's about communication too, interesting little aside. Also, the metal is found in the earth, right? So it's interesting that so everything sort of comes from that. That's what they were looking at. It's like the ground substance of everything. That it has capabilities. There's a strong organizational sense of the metal element because of, this is what a conscious breath does to your system. It organizes your system, right? It brings you into your center so that it comes out clearer. Your breath clears your body and your mind, so it's associated with communication to that extent. Lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen. Now, heart and small intestine. So, where does the heart meridian? Where is the heart located in your body? The meridian. Okay, everyone, let's sit up. Let's trace. So the heart is the yin meridian. Is this correct?
The heart is a
Yin.
yen. Oh,
Yin.
the yin. Yeah.
I thought it was,
It's young.
Okay,
I have yin.
hang on a second. Look, it's located here. We'll decide. We're gonna put it up for a jury vote. I'm not gonna try to sway you at all. But here, it starts here. It comes up and it goes between the bicep and the tricep on the little finger side. And it's going through all this softness here on the inside of your arm. And it comes right up to the wrist crease. So if you drew a line between the fourth and fifth metacarpal underneath the wrist, bless you.
Thank you.
And if you take your thumb and put it right underneath the wrist crease and you bring your hand towards you a little bit like in lateral flexion, you should feel a little dull ache. That's the source point for the heart meridian.
a little dip.
Little dip. Always remember Subo Shai. If there's a dip, it's going to jump in there. Dip. But this movement towards you, who's not feeling it? Please somebody tell me you all are feeling that though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah? Okay, me too. And then it comes up in between the fourth and fifth metacarpal and ends at the corner of the nail. So, in the same neighborhood, just a few houses down, is the lung meridian, right? And the lung meridian is either yin or yang. Which one is it?
The one is
We just did.
yin.
Oh,
Yeah.
yin. Same neighborhood. Heart.
The yin neighborhood.
Yin. The yin neighborhood. It's a gated community. It's yin.
The yin neighborhood.
It's sort of a yin neighborhood. I mean, it's okay and everything, but it's just so yin. Okay, so yin neighborhood. So, yin. Okay, heart. Look at nice, direct, dangerously close to the organ. Right. Same. One continuous line, bilateral, right through it. Heart. Okay. What else? What
of
is the most
estrogen.
active?
11 to 1 p.m.
11 to 1. Okay. 11 to 1.
Wait, did we decide if it was yin or a... Oh, it's a yin. The yin
Yes,
neighborhood.
we did.
It's active right now.
Okay, so it's actually right now. So I just want to be the first to say I love you. And also, curiously or not, it's recorded the most time people have heart attacks.
No way.
Wait,
I thought it was first thing in the morning.
no.
11 to 1.
There's heart attack and heart failure.
Okay.
So heart attack,
First thing in the morning.
it's the opposite.
Heart failure is the #1 killer in older.
So,
So are you saying heart failure happens first in the morning? Is that what you guys are saying? And then
No, heart
attacks, is that
attacks
the
are
11
first
to
thing
1?
in...
heart attack. What's the element?
Fire.
No.
Yes.
Is it? Oh, that makes sense.
Thanks for that flame, by the way. I like that. So, what does that mean? Can you associate heart with fire?
Passion.
Come on. And how about the color?
Yeah.
Red. Come on.
A hunk of burning love.
Ball of, a ring of fire, for God's sake.
That's the carrot copy.
Yeah, I got
And
it.
I like how the liquid is sweat, because when you're sweating, your heart's beating and you're scared.
Okay, good. Have you ever been scared? Son?
Yes.
I can tell. I can tell. Well, and when you, yes, I can tell. Please don't look at me right now.
Sal was chased by a bear.
Yes.
I was
Did you,
charged.
did you have one of those sandwiches in your pocket? Is that why the bear chasing you? My God. Wait a minute. Did the bear catch you?
No, the bear just wanted my pack. I
Oh my God.
charged and I backed away, grabbed my pack and ran away with
He's
my
hungry.
pack. Or ran away with my friend's pack and
I
we
would
all
have
ran
left the
away. And
pack.
my friend chased the bear.
Your friend chased the bear.
Chased the bear. Right as we ran away from the bear, he ran after the bear.
He's the firefighter.
Did you get his pack back? Or-
No.
Oh,
No, he didn't.
why did he chase the bear?
Did
He
you
wanted his pack back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted his
How
pack
big
back.
was the bear?
communication?
It was a black bear. It was good size.
His listening is bad. Your communication is good.
Okay.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. No claw marks or anything?
No, no.
Jeez.
You know, we're videoing. It'd be nice if you could rip your shirt off when we see some claw marks.
I wish I had a cool
No,
story.
That's a cool story. I had never talked to anyone who was actually chased by a bear.
The other day I saw a bear. There's a whole song about that.
I don't like seeing bears.
I don't either. Okay, let's. Please don't think that the heart is associated with a bear somehow. Okay, it's not associated with a bear. No. Wow. Good story though. What about us about the heart? Okay, so it's element, fire, color, red, yin, meridian, 11 to 1, season.
Well, it's summer, right?
Ah, yes, so hot, like fire.
We're adding color, seasons now. Oh my gosh,
Right?
I didn't leave enough room in here.
Oh, there we go.
And I mean, come on, you know your passions flow easier, like in the summertime, right? Right, yes, ma'am. So cool. Heart, and then its partner, small intestine. Okay. So heart is here. Trace, please. Again, one more time. Heart. Its partner, small intestine. Look out. Boom. Opposite side of the nail on yang side, the harder side. Okay? Goes like this. Small intestine. And then it comes like this and goes right into the armpit crease. So when we were, I do remember, going into this teres muscle, the painful memory, I'm sorry to bring it back up. That's small intestine meridian. Small intestine 9 and 10 that are in the teres muscle. Always work 9 and 10 for shoulder pain. Okay, very good. Also the frozen shoulder. Very good. Okay, I'm lapsing into a bad Asian accent. Sorry, I just can't stop myself sometimes. I apologize to all my Asian brother and sisters. It just happens. I've tried to stop medication, therapy, can't stop. So I'm going on. Okay, small intestine 9 and 10. And then it comes onto the infraspinatus. Okay? And then it comes up into the supraspinatus. Okay? And then where's it go?
Into the source point
Oh. The source point is way down. Way here.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about going like 20
corner of the eye.
Okay, again please. Trace though. Listen, just trace now.
The zygomatic arch, outer corner of the eye.
Or, yeah.
It comes like this. Underneath the zygomatic arch in line with the eye.
Yeah.
And then it comes back into the front of the tragus.
Tragus.
So
You know,
wait, can you
you-
go from the supraspinatus up where you're going?
Sure, somebody talk to me. Where does it go? Look, somebody say it.
It goes up like the carotid artery.
Well, use something that we all can use.
Oh, you mentioned the infront supraspinatus?
It's in the infraspinatus. Look at your chart. Read the thing. I want to hear some detail as far as where it goes.
From the baby?
Let's triple one more. You should be following along in your manual. That would be good. It is right there.
Oh, okay. So how do you say that?
Sun.
Sun of the sternocleidomastoid. So we're coming to.
So it comes behind the SCM.
Correct.
Before, the stomach is in front of SCM. Now we find out that the small intestine is at the back of the SCM. Is this correct? So it's squeezing SCM back into meridians. In case you want to know.
Really?
Okay, then it
Yes,
comes
I
up,
do
and then
think-
what, Trish? Since you're our orator now.
Oh, dude.
It's not a paid position, unfortunately.
Going straight up just below the zygomatic arch
Oh, okay.
in line with the outer corner of the eye.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, the outer corner of the eye. So like this, right? And then then what? Goes back to the tragus.
Yep.
And the tragus is this little flap in front of the ear, right? So put your finger right in front of the tragus and open your mouth. What's the matter?
I wanted to see the
Oh, I
corner
thought
of
there
the
was
ear.
somebody stealing my Shiatsu secrets. So open your mouth and you go into that indentation. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's where small intestine ends. And also there's two other points here. And this is for jaw pain, for ringing in the ear,
Your sideburns in the way.
tinnitus, right?
Your sideburns in the way. You gotta turn more for the
Oh,
camera.
girl, come on. Yeah. Here's
There
the
we go.
tragus.
Yeah.
This is where it ends.
Okay.
Is my ear clean? I guess I'll have to see the video to see. Okay? So this is the pathway of it. Where is the source point, Linda? Small intestine meridian. No. Look at the page opposite the chart and I'll tell you where the source point is. And then you can tell us all. It'll say one of the points will say source point. See it where it's written source point?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so where is it at?
Number 4.
And it should say the location there too.
Ulnar side of the border of the palm, depression between the base of the fifth
never knew how to say that bone either. So dig this, so look at,
Bone is it?
Trigonal, I think.
here, trigonal. Is it trigonal or something? So here,
Trigonal.
here, look, everyone, trace please. Corner of the nail is where it starts. And then if you just keep pressure down the side of the hand, here's bone, 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 no bone indentation on the side, right above the wrist bone here on the side. But it's on the side of the hand, not over here. And then just go like this and bring your hand like this. Sore. Feel? That's the source point for small intestine.
I press these just without even knowing these are trigger points. Like,
I think you do know.
well, I
Now you.
briefly, like,
Yeah.
but before I was always just like pressing, like after work or something, I was press here.
Like instinctually, just know where to be,
Instinctually,
right?
Yeah,
yes,
that's
or
awesome.
you know, just yeah.
That's what I mean. You do know. I think you
yeah.
do. You all feel that? Okay. So for small intestine, what is some of the functioning of small intestine?
Absorption.
Okay. And I'm glad you were excited about that.
Assimilation of nutrients?
So look at.
Joy doesn't hurt.
So look, absorption. So it works with the heart. Right. So a balanced heart takes in what it needs to stay happy. Small intestine is sort of like a guard or filter for the heart. Like the pericardium is more the physical filter for against environmental heat. They say mostly that's its function. But that the small intestine is also, it sort of is a filter for the heart, so that things that come in are good for the heart. So if your small intestine not doing its job, lets things into the heart, maybe makes the heart not so happy. Flame circles down, because the heat is too cold for the heat to burn. And also too, if the small intestine is too much, not letting anything into the heart so much, emotion, person's shut off, can't feel love. Not meeting anybody. Well, that could be, or else you're not letting anyone in. You're not letting anyone in. So in Chinese medicine, that deficiency of heart makes you look at the stagnation or the excess of small intestine. It's like, a good filter should let things in and out. Right? Because if it doesn't, it's a wall. A filter allows things to come in and go on. It's healthy, right?
With the small intestine, is that with the times and stuff? A lot of people have that like 2 o'clock lull, like everyone working the 9 to 5 jobs.
When is the heart? The heart is most active 11 to 1. In this plane, 1 to 3.
Oh, small intestine?
I mean small intestine. 1 to 3. Okay.
Would that be related, or is that just kind of people get tired anyway?
Well, I know that it seems like around 3 o'clock, that area right there. I don't know exactly. I don't know about that association.
Seems like everyone dives. I dive. Maybe I
No,
just
no.
left out
A lot of
everybody.
people do, and that was siesta time, right around there. Based on the heat, but also the natural proclivity of people are just like, okay, I'm dipping down here for a while. In a lot of countries, people just chill out for a while, and then but they do then work later or stay up later. So I don't know exactly, but see. What else about small intestine?
I do have a question.
About
Of
this?
small intestine.